What's up, everybody? Me and Ramon, we got a big week of comics to talk about. A lot of fucking really cool shit happened this week. We got X-Men to talk about. Days of Future Past premiered this week. Forever Evil 7 finally fucking came out. Along with that, we're going to talk about Justice League 30, Justice League of America 14. We got Sinestro 2. We got MPH #1. We got Solar Man of the Atom #2. We got Seventh Sword #2. Star Mage #2, and Original Sin #2. You might say it's kind of a shitty week, all this #2 floating around.
Wow.
I had to do it. I really did.
Yeah.
But it is actually the opposite of a shitty week. There is like so much fucking cool shit going on. The only disappointment in my entire week was I saw Spider-Man. Yeah. I'm going to wait for Rich to get here so he and I can properly discuss Spider-Man in all of its amazing glory. I think it's...
I'm not going to be here for that.
You might want to get out of state.
Yeah, I want to hear the screams.
They ruined the most iconic fucking scene in all of Spider-Man history! And that's all I'm going to say. That's a little preview. So be sure to check out the Pete's Basement Extras as soon as I can get a hold of Rich and drag him down here. On the other hand, X-Men was pretty off the hook.
I haven't seen it.
Really? I saw a movie before you.
My friend was moving, and I had to help him, and it's out of state, and I didn't read a lot of books this week.
Really?
Which is weird. I read like less than 10.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah, really.
Shocking.
Out of your 700 that you bought.
Seriously.
No spoilers yet. We're not going to talk about anything crazy. This week, yeah. No, by next week, though, you got to have seen the movie. Like, let's be realistic. You lose your geek credit if you didn't go in the first week.
Yeah.
You know, second week, third week, that's for second and third times going, or maybe, you bring mom to the movies or something like that.
Aww.
Whatever.
No dad? Dad gets no love? Dad
don't really like the flicks that much. He'll wait, and if it comes on, cable, whatever, he'll watch it. He'll make sure, he finds it halfway on, like, oh, I'll watch it, and then maybe he'll see the beginning. It's another month down the road.
Yeah.
He's quirky that way. But no spoilers. I will say that the best part of the whole movie is the kid from American Horror Story as Quicksilver. The graphics were great. The scene that you see in the trailer when he's running on the walls and everything's stop motion, that's just kind of how he sees everything that's going on. And they play a really cool song from Jim Croce called Time in a Bottle. If you're familiar with old folk music and country style music like that, very cool. And it was very, apropos for the scene. A really cool scene. The kid just tore up the movie. His presence was very well felt. And Michael Fassbender absolutely ruled the fucking screen. Every time this guy's on, he is Magneto. Ian McKellen's great. Do not get me wrong. The man is fucking awesome. The man is a spectacular actor. He can do no wrong. Michael Fassbender was born to be Magneto. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence is fucking sexy as hell. And she kicks ass. There is a scene where she fucking sidekicks this dude's neck. And she holds him up against the wall. And all you just see is just ass and legs. Hello.
So she fights like Rebecca Romijn fought in the first one.
Okay. Yeah, they upgraded her choreography for this.
All right.
Now, there are a lot of plot holes in this movie.
Yeah, well, it's not
so
Marvel.
Don't go expecting to see the quintessential perfect X-Men movie. It is not by any stretch, but it is a lot of fucking fun. And Bryan Singer basically negates all the shit that he did not like X-Men Last Stand, like Wolverine Origins. That shit had to go, and good motherfucking riddance. Forget about it.
Is it the best X-Men movie you've seen?
Shit, man. I liked First Class a lot. My heart still goes to X-Men 1 because it's the shit that started this whole thing. We wouldn't be here if not for the success of X-Men 1. And I know, to go back and watch it now 15 years later, you're like, what the shit is this?
No, 15 years ago, I was like, what the shit is this?
It's a fun movie, man. Come on. But it's a great flick. The scene at the end is very cool. Could have been a little cooler, in my opinion. There were ways, but we'll talk about that next week. No spoilers about that now. All in all, I had a lot of fun with it. I will say that it was meant to bridge the gap between X-Men First Class, where they were all young, and all of the old Bryan Singer flicks. And it sort of did that,
Okay.
and then sort of didn't. So at the end of the movie, I was left kind of like, really? That's where they're going to leave this? You know, you guys see the movie and let us know what you think. Please, questions@Pete'sBasement.com, Facebook.com/Pete'sBasement. Make sure you follow us on Twitter for up-to-the-minute reviews, and check us out on Instagram @Pete'sBasement. You can also follow me personally at Pete from Pete's Basement. And speaking of Instagram, we got to give a big-ass shout-out to our buddies DC Ambition, always blowing us up, DC_Ambition. Official Gamer Nerd blog, always got really cool shit up about like classic games and stuff, and you know, different cosplayers playing up like, you know, so just different crazy fucking costumes and shit. And of course, our good friends at Epic Comic Picks and their podcast Epic Comic Cast. So check those guys out and let them know that the Basement Boys sent you. So we got a contest for you that we're going to talk about right after we talk about Forever Evil.
Book of the week.
Their shit was Book of the Week. And it during a week where there was a lot of good shit, I guess we really have to talk about Forever Evil because Lex Luthor just shined. This and Justice League 30 go hand in hand.
Yes.
So, but Forever Evil, Luthor comes out on top. He just fucking basically destroys the crime syndicate. It
was all him.
Emaciates, emasculates Ultraman.
He owns them. He owns them all.
Makes him his bitch.
Yeah.
He, going back, remember, I don't know, it was like Christmas or whatever when Forever Evil 6 came out and we've been waiting for fucking months.
Fucking long time, and I wanted to hate this book because of that. Because there's already aftermath shit that already came out.
And I hate when that shit happens.
And there's already news about what Nightwing or Agent Grayson or whatever the fuck it is. So like, okay, motherfucker 7 hasn't come out yet. I hate when they fucking do that. And I was like, 7 comes out, here comes this shit. It's oversized because of course they have to tie up a bunch of shit. It's gonna suck balls, yada yada.
And it didn't.
No, I had to eat my words.
This story was good from start to finish. Well done, DC.
Well done, indeed.
And I mean, even the tie-ins were good. Like I was in Justice League of America kind of dragged on with that whole Justice League imprisoned in Firestorm bullshit.
Oh my God. I mean, it was necessary because we had to put them somewhere and that explains it all, but...
Get on with it. Christ.
Yeah, it was all very Inception-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was unnecessary.
You know, basically, Luthor saves the world. In Forever Evil 6, we find that he killed Nightwing, Dick Grayson, because there was a bomb attached to him. So if he didn't kill Nightwing, the bomb was going to blow up everybody. So he killed him and made him swallow this, like, heart pill. Supposedly.
Like,
he makes him swallow this heart pill that, like, protects his heart while he's dead, so then he can jab him with a fucking needle and restart his heart.
Adrenaline, yeah.
And, you know, Batman, like, starts fighting him, and he's like, yo, chill out, asshole. Like, I have this under control. You're slowing me down from saving his life. So if he dies, it's on you. So Batman, like, backs off. Luthor saves Nightwing. Batman gives him, like, the biggest hug. He's like, Dick, you're alive.
Yeah, it's a questionable hug. It's like...
Oh. But, you know, gay jokes aside, Luthor sees that Batman is, like, very affectionate with him. Like, you know, it's like his fucking son or his brother or something.
He's noticing everything.
Like, some shit. Like, he hugged him, like, straight up. You never seen Batman do nothing like that.
And while fighting with Batman, he swiped something from him, too.
Hey, took the kryptonite ring.
Yeah.
Was it during the fight or was it during the handshake?
Okay, you're right. Like, it was a handshake afterwards.
At some point, he's like, there's nothing better than a distracted Dark Knight, and he shows the kryptonite ring. Yeah. And Catwoman comes over to him, and she's like, did you really give Nightwing that pill, or before or after? And he's like, does it matter? It's like, really? I'm Luthor. Fuck you, bitch. Suck my cock. Get your little whip out, fucking strangle yourself while you're doing it.
Oh, wow.
What? I'm just saying.
Off topic.
It's Luthor. He can do that. So now they're fighting Mazash, who is like the Alter Earth version of Shazam, who happens to be Alexander Luthor.
Yes.
Who gains power
when he kills you.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah. Like, I thought they were going to do, like, some cheesy shit with, like, other gods, but no, he just kills people and absorbs their power, like Parasite or Rogue or some shit. And he goes after Black Adam. Sinestro like wires Black Adam's jaw back together so he can say Shazam.
The lightning.
And the lightning strikes him, strikes Alexander Luthor, and he just looks at him like, really? That's the best you got? And they're like, oh, fuck, that didn't work. He beats the snot out of Black Adam, comes down and he's going to fuck up Luthor and he's going to kill him. And he's like, you know, I knew who you were as soon as I laid eyes on you. You are me. You're weaker than me. I'm stronger. Look, you know, look what I can do. I'm a fucking superhero. You're just a man. And he's like, that's right. I am a man. I'm you. And I sound exactly like you. And he's like, Mazash. And the fucking lightning strikes and he's just like a human and fucking Luthor just jacks him.
That's it.
Just yapped him up.
It was awesome.
Yo, fucking Luthor just shines in this whole book.
Yeah.
Atomica crawls, you know, the little bitch crawls out of the rubble, and she's like, "Flash, baby," whatever. Johnny Quick.
Yeah.
Like, Johnny, where are you, baby? And he's like, Atomica, looking down at it, like, you started this whole thing. He just fucking steps on it with his boot, blood coming out and everything. There was such a well-drawn panel.
It was too.
Yeah.
It's like writing, art, timing.
Yeah.
Was...
Everything about this book I fucking loved. Loved it. We are not going to spoil the last page for you, which was unfortunately spoiled for me via Instagram. Damn. But we'll say DC's got, you know, a crisis on their hands and leave it there.
Yeah.
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 And last but not least, at the end of this book, Lex Luthor, you know, the last 2 pages, let's say before the very last page, Lex Luthor's like, you know, what did I take from all this? I learned something. And this is something very interesting. He's like, Bruce Wayne is Batman. And then he's got like a whole splash page of, you know, the death of the Waynes, the death of the Graysons, Bruce Wayne taking in Dick Grayson. And he's like, damn, should have probably put this together 4 issues ago. Just a goddamn good book.
That should be, I mean, if they do it right, because like we spoke about earlier, Lex Luthor went after Batman before, Batman Fugitive. And he framed them
pre-52.
Pre-New 52. And he framed them for this and that. But after that, they didn't fuck around with that anymore, which is a shame. Because they're both very intelligent, Luthor being smarter. They're both disgustingly rich. They're both self-made men. And it's almost like Luthor against Bruce Wayne would be better than against Superman.
Considering he saved Superman's life and he's like the hero of the world now. It's like he just saved your arch enemy. And the only people that know how much of a dick move that was is Superman and you and the rest of the Justice League. Everybody's like, damn, can't even fuck this bastard up now.
And then we see Justice League.
Justice League 30, just like a great, you know, bookend to the whole shit.
It's Forever Evil 7.1.
Basically, yeah. Good way to put it.
But it's a good .1.
And he wants to join the Justice League. He's like, listen, nobody's really happy with you guys. They love me. So you kind of got to let me on the team.
Like, no, well, okay, put the lasso around me. And then, like, Wonder Woman's ready to choke him out with it.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Just put it around his wrist. He's like, put it around my neck. And Flash's like, maybe you should just put it around your wrists.
And then?
You know, they're told, like, why do you want to be, why do you think this is a good idea? And he said, well, you know, the Justice League's polls are down. Nobody likes you after this whole thing. You basically let the Injustice Society, whatever the fuck they are, the crime syndicate, loose. You didn't stop them. I saved the world. Everybody loved me. He's like, well, why do you want to be on the Justice League? And he's like, I'm an egomaniac. It's perfect. Just a great line just that wraps it right up. There was one thing, going back Forever Evil real quick. In order to get the Justice League out of Firestorm, they had to wrap Wonder Woman's lasso of truth around him.
Yes.
And, you know, they had to be able to reach Wonder Woman within this mental prison. And Steve Trevor, who was going to do it because he was in love with Wonder Woman and Wonder Woman loved him.
Is in love with him.
Yeah, well, he's got a hell of a competition now.
Yeah.
He's got Super Dick to deal with. Fucking...
Dick from the image.
Motherfucker fucking at the speed of light. I mean, how are you going to compete with that? Shit. So they were going to do that, but Steve Trevor got like knocked out or something because he's a human.
Bitch,
So they hand it to Batman, and Martian Manhunter's like, you can reach her. You and I both know you're the only one who can. What the fuck is going on there?
So my question is, okay, pre-New 52, there was an iconic cover of Batman holding Wonder Woman's hand. In which case they used some magical shit to show a future where they had together. Thank you. And I love that issue. And I went fucking crazy looking for it because I once had it and I had to get it again. But anyways, and that was awesome, but it never fucking touched it after that. So are they going to do it again?
I wonder.
And if so,
I mean, I went on record somewhere on Facebook saying, you know, when Superman and Wonder Woman got together, you know, like, what do you think of this? Like, oh, it's about time. Oh no, where's Lois Lane? And my thought was, get your hands off Batman's girlfriend.
yeah, I agree. I prefer Bruce Wayne with her, but see, this is the thing. What do you do to Wonder Woman's reputation and the character as in general?
Right.
When she
She's
goes from
hoovering around.
yes, from one to the other,
fucking gravy trained between the two of them.
The dynamic duo.
Right.
I mean, the dynamic duo.
Yeah, but we'll go
you
with
know what I mean. And that's just
yeah.
you don't.
It ruins the character herself. I think you're right. Kind of turns her into a hooah like that dude thought She-Hulk was.
Yeah, which is fucking ridiculous.
That was fucking ridiculous. Stan Lee just sunned him. Like,
I mean, she's being used horribly in comic books lately. She slept with Juggernaut for crying out loud.
but she's kind of a whore.
Yeah, she is kind of a whore, but she wasn't created to be a whore.
Right. And Stan Lee's like, I don't know if you heard this, some fucking quack writer turns around and says She-Hulk was created to be a whore.
A porn star or some shit.
Yeah.
Which is
like a jacked up porn star. And Stan Lee was like, are you a fucking idiot? Basically, like, she was never created for that. She was never created to be, you know, a companion to the Hulk.
She's a cousin.
Yeah. And, you know, as far as, like, she looks too sexy and everything, he's like, tell me a superheroine that is not.
Seriously.
It's like superheroes embody the, you know, the ultimate physique for everyone involved.
Yeah.
You know, fucking men, women, whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. So, and wrapping up the last of Justice League 30 was they don't want Lex Luthor on the team. They kick his ass out. And the last page, he shows up at Bruce Wayne's house, and he's like, oh, Mr. Pennyworth, would you tell Batman that Lex Luthor's here to see him?
It was awesome.
Yo, that's fucking great.
Yeah.
I can't wait for it's been so long since I actually couldn't wait for a DC book.
Yes.
This was good.
Yeah. And JLA,
Justice League of America 14 closed out the series, and it was just a prelude to Justice League Unlimited, which is out already.
Yes.
So thanks for fucking nothing.
There you go.
We are going to close out this episode, well, the video episode. So before you guys go and download the audio show, which you're supposed to do, we got a contest for you. X-Men Days of Future Past came out this week, so what better thing to give out than my copies of Days of Future Past, X-Men 141 and 142. 142 is actually signed by Chris Claremont. I got that done in person. Sorry guys, this is not CGC SIG series. This was done years before the SIG series was ever even invented. So you can have a Pete's Basement certificate of authenticity to go along with this. I assure you, I met the man. Oh, he had a cameo in Days of Future Past.
Nice.
Yeah, that was really fucking awesome.
That's awesome. Thank you for letting me know that.
So, Uncanny X-Men 141 and 142. I'm not a professional grader, but I would put them in a solid VG condition.
Yes.
Anywhere between a 5 and a 6, 7, give or take.
50 cents, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Got a bit of a tough one for you. Got to make it good since this is a real good prize.
That is.
Go on our Rafflecopter. You know, it's on Facebook. It's on Pete'sBasement.com. We'll have it posted up on Instagram as well. The question is, and you have to get the question right, guys. Remember, just because you submit, you know, entries, various different ways to enter, like us on Facebook, like us on Instagram, etc., etc. Subscribe to the Hall. You still got to get this question right. When the X-Men were first created in 1963, what was the original proposed name of the team? It was not X-Men. What was the original name supposed to be? That, thankfully, got shot down. There you go, guys. What was the X-Men's original name? 1963. Submit that shit. You have 2 weeks. 2
semanas.
And make sure you download the audio show for all the rest of these awesome books. And we'll see you next week. Oh, by the way, guys, hopefully by the time you're seeing this, it's the holiday's over. But hopefully you had a good Memorial Day. And while I finish off my whiskey, here's to you, America, and all of the brave men and women who we remember this day who didn't need a motivational poster or anything like that and gave the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom so we could sit here and fucking talk about comic books and movies and shit, you know, peacefully. Thank you.
Amen. Saved
Cable's gonna be Cable. That's who Josh Brolin could be.
Yes.
Holy
That's
shit.
a good one. He's gritty.
He's
old,
perfect.
Husky.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. Well done.
No. Sorry, dude.
You did not see that coming?
Yeah, you kind of.
You should have seen this coming in HD.